right, y'all, pay attention. This is when Malik Beasley went on Neon, talked about gambling, and then he was under federal investigation for gambling. This is how they silence people who try to expose him. Listen to what they say, though. Just listen closely, gang. That's all I want you to do. Listen closely.
Bets.
One of them hella bets?
Yeah. Like they bet.
Oh my God.
They be coming back.
Honestly, the parlays changed the game, bro. Like
It's annoying, right?
It's annoying as hell. Like,
Because you're playing a game, bro.
to me, this is a real thing that I want to get out to the world. Like,
Pay attention right here. Pay attention. What he says, pay attention.
I don't think basketball should be under entertainment. I think, like, 4 or 5 years ago, they made it entertainment. I think it should be a sport. I think it should be real. Like, basketball is my life, bro. I've grown up on it. You know what I mean?
What did he just say? Sport shouldn't be an entertainment company. It should be real. For him to say it should be real, that means that it's not real. What the fuck are we talking about? It should 4 or 5 years ago, it was longer than that, but they identified as an entertainment company. It's not a real sport. And they talking about parlays and shit. And then he got silenced after mentioning this. It's not real, guys. Santa Claus is not real.
Rumor is Tobias Harris wants to return to the Detroit Pistons. There's been some rumors that he would get interest from the Charlotte Hornets amongst a few other teams. But also a Malik Beasley update I said I was going to come back with. So it's a Malik Beasley update, has good and bad in it. Only negative for Detroit Pistons heading to off season was the gambling investigation with Malik Beasley. Let's see. So Murray Swankford says he's still under investigations in the NBA's gambling probe. No team will sign him until it's resolved. If or when that happens, the Pistons have his non-burst rights and will be able to offer him a starting salary of $7.2 million. The league is sure taking its sweet time, as I don't think the investigation into the JFK assassination lasted this long, but there's no indication Beasley will be back anytime soon. Luckily, the Beasley situation didn't end up being a distraction. So for the most part, there's no real update. You know, they're just getting done with Terry Rozier. I believe Terry Rozier, I don't want to say he was being called guilty, but, you know, I heard he lost some, you know, they confiscated some bread for him. So let me go back to that. So it says Terry Rozier was in violation of his NBA contract and will forfeit $26.6 million salary in 25-26. A lawyer for Rozier asked the judge overseeing the case to change conditions of his release because Rozier still hopes to play in the NBA. So Rozier has pled not guilty and denied the government claim. So he got claimed not guilty, but his case still ain't over with. His case been going at least a year and some change, or 2 years before the Beasley case. So, of course, Beasley is probably not going to be in the league ever again. Rozier case took 3 years, you know, taking 3 years, and now they just get into it. My thing is our government dollars should be put to better things. I don't care nothing about this sports betting shit because, in my humble opinion, investigate the NBA then as a whole. That's my thing. Investigate the NBA as a whole. I don't understand that. Because all the funny shit we seeing with the refereeing and shit, and they always want to get the small guy. You know, they always want to get the small guys, and especially they want to make the faces of the NBA. They want to make the criminals, the face of criminality black. And no, we see all this fishy shit going on with the referees from the Tim Donaghy stuff. I don't understand why they don't investigate the NBA for fixing games. It's deeper than just the players, but you know what? The NBA get them, they fix on the side allegedly. So, you know, investigate the NBA, investigate Adam Silver. It's a bunch of fishy shit from alleged fixing of the lotteries. Players came out and said that, but Beasley ain't playing in the league no more, bro. Rozier case still hasn't, it started, but it's still 2 or 3 years later, it still hasn't come to a close, bro. If you got all this leg evidence, why is it taking you 3 years to get Terry Rozier? So that's it. So Tobias Harris indicates that reportedly he wants to be back in Detroit. I think his wife got some roots in Detroit, played well here. But my thing is this: you can't come back with him as your starting four. If you just gonna add a CJ McCollum and come back with him as your starting four, yeah, I don't think that's enough. So if they draft Yaxel Lindenberg, Adam McCollum, and then add some help like a Bojanovic off the bench, and maybe a stretch five in there, you know, that'd be cool. That'd be cool, but they got to do something to move the needle. You know, And I see if you get Trey Murphy back, where do you fit Tobias on the roster? Do he come off the bench? Do you bring him off the bench with Dennis Jenkins and them, and maybe he'll relish in that role. But to be honest with you, short of you bringing in a flat out bona fide firecracker at the 2 position back there with Cade, where else you gonna get more shooting from unless you get rid of Jalen Duren and bring in a stretch 5, unless you get rid of Asar Thompson and bring in, so it kind of hampers you there. He shoot the ball at 31% clip from 3. That's not good enough. So if he gonna just go to a reserve role, that's my first thought. Maybe just go to the bench, or maybe he groom and mentor a Yaxel Lindenberg, and eventually he take over at some point, and then you put your resources into finding somebody to play next to Cade and bring in a couple guys off the bench. Then cool. But if the thing is, CJ McCollum and Tobias Harris and a couple mid-level guys, ain't enough. They ain't enough. They gotta get more. One more scoring shooter out there next to Cade is not enough. It'll help a lot, but if you're gonna keep Duren and Nassar out there, that 4 position, they gotta shoot the blood out the ball. Whether it's MPJ, whether it's Yaxel Lindenberg eventually, whether it's Trey Murphy, Lloyd Marketing. And the reason Trey Murphy is popular because you don't lose nothing. You everything from Trey Murphy to Tobias, other than continuity, which can be built through playing time, you don't lose nothing. You don't lose absolutely nothing. Defense, you get better. Shooting, get better. Dribbling, you get better. Scoring, you get better. You know what I'm saying? It's a complete upgrade. And then you sit there and at the 2 spot, you upgrade that 2 spot. Let's say you get a McCollum. Let's say you get a Levine. I mean, it's a complete upgrade. Right then and there, you look like a totally different basketball team. And what makes it even, crazier if you get a guy like Trey Murphy versus a MPJ, or Michael Porter Jr., or the brother, our white chocolate brother, Lloyd Marketing. The defense, you get an upgrade defensively. Therefore, you can play at the 2 position. You can get a McCollum, or you can get somebody that may not be that good at the 2, because the other 4 guys can defend at a high level. Cade, Asar, Jalen Duren, assuming here Trey Murphy in that scenario, like, come on. But the thing about it, if you get somebody next to Cade that can score and defend, that's why so many people high on Kawhi Leonard. Who do you switch off of, bro? Who do you switch? Who do you try to attack on that defense? Murphy can defend. Cade can defend. Kawhi can defend. Asar can defend. Jalen Duren can defend. You are immaculate. You have like 4 all-level, 5 all-level defensive players who can make all defensive team. Any year, they can make the all-defensive team. Then you come off the bench if you keep Stu. I mean, I get it. I get why Kawhi is so important. You know what I'm saying? I get it. Like, if they did it, I'd be like, but I understand. I get it. I'm complacent. So, when you got 5 guys that can defend the way that they can defend, that would be nasty. But hey, it is what it is, or it is what it ain't. Thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel, find me on X, Facebook, Kick, Twitch, Instagram, Spotify, Anchor, Cash App, Venmo, PayPal. Appreciate the love and support. Let me know in the comment section. Peace.